Hello everyone, welcome to this session. And today we're going to learn about Power Query using the R.O.C. And just warming up the whole thing, please type hi or hello in the chat. Please type hi or hello in the chat. Hi Farah. Hi Shantini. Hi Shahila. Hello Tay. Hello Kyrie. Hi June. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. And today we're going to learn about how to use the R.O.C framework plus Power Query to handle some data. Just want to know how many of you have attended the previous session that's Jumpstart Power Query. If you do, please type number 1. If you didn't, please type number 0. If you do, please type number 1. If you did not, please type number 0. Okay, good. Number 2, you attended twice. Very interesting. That means you have attended, you also watched the video, that's number 2 lah. Okay. Just kidding, just kidding. So just want to make the thing fun a little bit. So now I want to set the ground a little bit so that everyone is able to have a much more fun and fruitful session today. Here we go. Yes, today we are going to, you will see there's something called group study number 1. So that means it will be number 2, number 3, number 4, and so on. The purpose of having something like this one is to make sure it's practical. And as the data we are handling, it could be have various situations, and sometimes it will be quite complex, may not be able to explain in 1 hour. So therefore, we have about 2 hours session for us to go through. Today's learning agenda is something like this. Yes, we are going through a welcome and introduction. After that, we will recap quickly on the R.O.C framework, and we will know why we want to learn Power Query today because of R.S.M. Then we want to apply R in terms of the R.O.C framework in the work. Then we will go through some practice time. That's the file you gotten from the group chat. Remember to unzip it later, otherwise you will not able to continue. Then we will have a closing. There are some prerequisites here. Right? We want to make sure you are running on Excel 2019 and above. For example, 2021, 365, no Mac, no online Excel, no WPS, no Google Sheet. Because they don't have such functionality. They are able to achieve something similar, just different way. This is number 1. If you are using 2019 and above, please type number 1. If you do not, please type number 0. I just want to know how many of you, so that I'm able to manage the expectation, yeah? Okay, only see 1 person responded. Thank you. Thank you, Li Yin Xin. The rest, ignoring me. Okay lah. Just kidding. The next one is, you know how to use Power Query Editor. Because we are not going to walk you through how to use Power Query Editor. If you want to catch up, previously we have a session that is a recording. Otherwise, you can just follow along, follow closely. If you know how to use Power Query, for example, how to rename, edit the step, and change data type. If you do, please type number 2. If you do, please type number 2. Because this one, we are not going through the intro level. We are going through to go to the real case study. Okay, good. And the last one is, I would like to invite you to be focus, and focus. If you step away and you can't follow, remember to watch the recording later. As we have a lot of scenarios to cover, the purpose here is to get you hands-on practice. If you have any question, feel free to ask. Okay, so that's the whole thing. And now I want to walk you through the file. The file, you could get it from the group chat. If you double click on the file, and you will see something like this with the wording, like this one, compressed size. If you do see something like this, so that means you need to extract first. You need to extract all. That means you need to unzip it first. If you do not, it will not able to work. Yeah, it will not able to work. Remember to unzip first. Okay. If you're able to get this one, please type number 2. Remember to unzip. Okay. Very good. Thank you for responding. After you have unzipped, when you go to the folder, you will not see the something called, let me go to details view. You will not see the wording called compressed size, everything, or compressed ratio. So this is what we want to have. And yeah, and you will see the whole thing here, it has a lot of files and folders. So that means a lot of hands-on. So therefore, focus here in 2 hours. Maximum 1.5 hours, you can get a lot of values from this one. Okay, so this what is it. And we continue to the next one. I want to have a quick intro about myself, and so that you can know who am I and how am I able to assist in your learning and to make your work faster. My name is Thai. The full name is Thai Choo Tack. Last time there was a music composer. He said my name is so boring, and he suggested me to use Excel Sifu because of 3 reasons. The first one, my hair is very, very short. Second reason is I'm very skinny. And third reason is I'm vegetarian, like a monk. And he said, okay, he suggested that, so I just adopt it. And if you go online and search for Excel Sifu, you're able to find me in YouTube and also in LinkedIn. I was programmer. So that means I'm quite comfortable with keyboard, and I'm quite comfortable with programming language and some automation. So if you need some automating your manual work, there are ways to make it easier. Then I move on to SAP ERP as a techno-functional consultant. So that is a moment I realized a lot of time people work in corporates, they download the data from system and turn out the report in Excel. So there are ways to make those kind of work easier just with the normal Excel you are using at this moment. Then in year 2011, I moved on to project management role. That's the time I realized the reports is very, very important to help the management to make important decisions. Preparing fast and accurate report is equivalent to reading the report fast and accurately. So there are ways to make the reporting faster and easier. Then I move on. In the year 2013, one fine day, my boss came to me say, "Dai, thank you very much for your contribution, and the letter is for you." That's the moment I got retrenched. So that's the moment I started as a trainer until today. After that moment, I realized I wanted to have my own book. Then after so many years, I managed to churn out my very first book called Rock Your Data. And the next year, I co-authored the next book called Excel for HR. Continue the following year is called another book is called Data Driven Sales Leadership. And this year, yes, will there be another book? Yeah, that's right. Work in progress is called Find Your Insight. So I'm still preparing, finalizing the whole thing. So this is a quick overview about me. You will see the overall. My intention is to make the data relevance, practical. If possible, I want to make it fun. So that is a whole thing about me. And now, if you're ready to get started, please type ready in the chat. If you're ready to get started, please type ready in the chat. Also want to type ready. Yes, good. Ready. So the first thing we want to have is to have a quick recap on the R.O.C.K framework. There are 4 components here. I'll be focusing on the first letter R. Let's recap this one. If you attended previous session, it's a quick refresher. If you do not, it's a quick learning. Guess what is this? Type in the chat, what is this? No right, no wrong. Some of you know the answer. If you know the answer, type a wrong one. Yes, what is this? Some says is a black hole, black cloud. Some, they are so hungry in the early morning, they may see something like a food. They may see is a fried noodle. Yeah, last time there was a person, he says it's a fried noodle. Because the information on the screen is rather limited, if I want to know more, I will need to switch on the light to see the surface. That is the rock retrieved during Apollo 15 mission from Moon. Yeah, so you can see the surface has big, small holes, the surface, the color. So these are the things we can see more compared to just now. When I want to know more about this rock, I will need to take a sample and switch off the light and place it under microscope to take this photo. Yeah, that is the moon rocks through microscope. So same object, 3 different levels of observation. That brings us to the summary here. We could check on the silhouette, the outer layer. Very fast, quick, may not be accurate. Secondly, check on the surface. And finally, go through microscopic level. Let's lead us to rock framework. R is something we can check on the surface. It stands for rectangle. When we are working with our data, we want to observe these 3 things, the primary ones. We want to make sure it has no blank rows, no blank columns, and the data is vertical table and no merged cells. O, it stands for only one. Something we want to check on the surface of the rock, something we want to check on the surface of our spreadsheet. We want to make sure it has 1 record, 1 row, 1 cell, 1 data, and it only has 1 headers. C stands for careful, because our data may have traps like extra spaces, decimal, date with or without the time. K, it governs the whole thing to make sure our data is reusable. It stands for keep raw data raw. There are 3 things we do not want to work on our data is we do not want to change the data directly. We do not want to add new columns in between our data, and of course, no color coding our data. Let's recap quickly on the rectangles. In your work, have you seen sometimes you encounter blank rows, blank column like the one on the left side? Yes or no? Have you seen this before in your work? Sometimes people add blank rows because of different branches, different date, different product. It's very common, right? Yes. Sometimes people add blank column to make the thing easier to distinguish by the eyes. Yeah, this one is okay. When we want to analyze this kind of data, Excel will behave weirdly because Excel will perceive those data separated by blanks. They are separate data. They are not the same. To let Excel knows they are one continuous data, we want to remove all the blank rows and blank columns to make it one continuous block like the one on the right side. So this is about no blank rows and columns. Next one is vertical table. Sometimes we download the data, we see like a summary form like this one. You see the date is on the top. Whenever there are more dates or more months appears, the data will expand towards right side. When it has more and more text data, it will expand downwards. This kind of structure, it expands to all directions. So that means it doesn't have a consistent number of rows and doesn't have any consistent number of columns. Such data is good for summary. It's not easy to reanalyze again. So how to work around? We want to make sure everything goes vertically like this one. Alpha goes vertically. The date goes vertically. And the date appears on the top. It also goes vertically. Whenever it has more data, it only goes towards bottom. So that's called vertical table. By having such structure, Our data only have 3 columns consistently. Therefore, we are able to easily reuse such data for analyzing future additional of data. So it's much more easier. Later, we will learn how to handle and transform the data in this way. And finally, merging. Just curious, for number 10 and 20, 10, 20, 30, do they belong to alpha or bravo? The number 10, 20, 30, do they belong to alpha or bravo? Please type in the chat. Alpha or bravo? Yes, they belong to alpha. Thank you, Shahil. I can't see your name because the light. Yeah. Thank you, Shahila. Thank you, Nura Ain. Thank you for responding. Yeah, they belongs to alpha. If I filter data for the alpha, I will see number 10 because the merged cells, even though we understand it's the same block, but actually they are blanks. So how to work around? To merge them like this one, like the one on the right side. So this is what we are going through later on. We're going to practice all these things together, how to handle all such data. So this is about rectangle. So let's recap. Yeah? R stands for rectangle. We want to make sure our data has no blank rows, no blank columns, and it grows vertically and it doesn't have any merged cells. And O.C.K. we will cover in future sessions in details. And for this book, it has one book called R.O.C. Your Data. It has much more in-depth, generalized principles. It shows the common root causes for people they are using spreadsheet. And because it uses general principles, it means it shows us the expected end result. It doesn't show us how. Because in Excel, there's many, many ways. We could use formulas. We could use macro or VBA. Or we could use Power Query, Python, or more. In our learning today, we are the extract from the specialized learning called R.O.C. Your Data with Power Query. And this book is available in MPH, Popular, and Kinokuniya. Yeah, so thank you for your support. Yeah, so this is about the R.O.C. framework, a quick recap. Next one is we want to know why we want to learn Power Query to make sure our data is organized in the R.O.C. framework. There are 3 reasons, R.S.M. Later on, I will relate why we are learning all these things and where are those things applies. Whenever we are working with the data, our data will be getting more and more complex and it's getting more and more as well. How to make our work easier? There are 3 secrets here. The first one, we want to make sure it's reusable. After we have done the job or the step, we are able to reuse it for the future data or future report. That's called reusability. Second is scalability. When our data has get more rows at the bottom or more columns on the side, it is able to adapt. It doesn't require us to redo again. That's called scalability. And finally, maintainability. We want to make sure if we need to do some changes, those changes are minimal rather than redo the whole thing. So that's called reusability, scalability, and maintainability. Later on, I will explain where are those things sit, and then you can relate. This is the reason why we want to learn Power Query to handle our data in the R.O.C. framework. So now we have done the number 3. Now we are going to apply the R in the R.O.C. framework. Before that, I want to demonstrate this one. In your file, this one you do not need to open. If you do open, remember to close it because Excel will behave differently when the file is open. Now I'm just open the summary record number 1. In the summary record number 1, I see the data, it has blank rows, it has blank columns, and you can see the months is go sideways. So now it's Jan, Feb, March. If I have more months, it will go all the way towards right side. So it's not vertical. Plus, it has merging. Such data, if I want to filter the names is equals to alpha, if I just turn on the filter, I filter for the alpha, click OK. You notice it's only showing the first one and it will stop. In the dropdown, I can't see the Bravo because it's blank. If one fine day boss is asking me to ask, hey, what is the total for, okay, let me clear this. What is the total for alpha? Most likely, I will use a manual formula equals sum, select the whole thing. So this is a total alpha. When boss asking me for the total of the north region, so I need to redo again, equals sum, this part, comma, this part, enter. You will see the changes of the report summary is not that easy and often requires a lot of rework. So this is version 1 data. And whenever you're updating more data or newer data, you are getting more columns. Let me close this one and open the version number 2. Version number 2. In the version number 2, you will notice it's something similar like just now. It has 3 months of data. Now it has additional 3 months, April, May, and June. So this version 2. If I close it and open the version number 3, January, February, March, April, May, and June, and has additional 3 more. As you can see, there are more and more columns added towards right side. If I want to do the summary for such report, it's really not easy. Really not easy. And often people redo. So we are going to walk you through how you're able to make sure the work you have done for the version 1, just a minor adjustment, you are able to do it again for version 2, version 3, and also version 4. So this is what we are going to go through together. So now I close the file, and now I want to invite you, all of you, open a brand new Excel file. We are going to do this together. Open a brand new Excel file. If you have opened a brand new Excel file, please type number 1 in the chat. If I open version number 1, please type number 1. Why am I talking? If you have opened the new file, yes. Version number, open the file, type number 1, a blank file, blank Excel file. Yeah, I know some of you have not used Power Query before. This round, I will go slower. For the future sessions, you want to watch the recording before come on. Because the data, the complexity of the data will be increasing to make it much more complex. You need to have some foundation. Okay, good. Get the file ready. Yes, good. So now we have this part, and let's visualize the step just now. Just now the version 1 data. We go through, this is the version 1 data. This is what we observe. In the rectangle, there are 3 things. We want to make sure it has no blank rows, no blank columns, and the data grows vertically. That means it doesn't expand horizontally, sideways, and it has no merging. These are the 3 things we want to observe on our data. This is version 1 data we have observed. There are blank rows and also blank columns. At the same time, you will see that Jan, Feb, March is a merged cell. As Jan, Feb, March, whenever it's more data, you will add it towards the right side. It's not vertical. So this is how we are going to handle the next one, how we are going to handle. The blanks, we are going to remove them. Delete the blank column, and we are going to filter to remove the blank row. Plus, we will need to fill down. Fill down means based on the data on the top and copy downwards. Okay, so this is what we are going to have. And the data on the side, we want to make it down vertically. So we need to have something called unpivot. Unpivot will be quite tricky in certain situations. On newer version of Excel, you will automatically change it to unpivot other columns. In the classic version of Excel, I can't remember which version, it will not able to work correctly. Because our number of months will get increased in the future, To be on the safer side, we do not choose a specific column to unpivot because it will fix only for 3 columns. Therefore, we reverse it. We choose unpivot other columns. So that means we are only focusing on the name and region to make it, they are consistently vertical, and the rest, bring them down as 2 columns. 1 column for the month, 1 column for the value. So the end result will be something like this. The end result will be, this is the before, and this is the after. As you can see, the alpha, everything goes vertically. The region, northeast, southwest, northeast, southwest, they are repeated 3 times because there's a Jan, Feb, March. And it will apply for the Bravo, all the regions and all the months. It will continue. So this is a snapshot of it. In the future, I have more data added at the site. It will be able to recognize and accommodate as well. So this is the end result. We are going to have it together. So now it's a practice time. Okay. We have opened a blank Excel file. Go back to your folder. Go back to your folder just now that has a summary record version 1. Go to the top. Go to the top, yeah. There is something called address bar. Right click on the address bar and choose copy address. You could choose copy address or copy as text. They are the same. Copy address. Click. If you have copied the address, please type number 2 in the chat. Go on the top, right click, copy address. Okay, thank you for responding. Very good. After copy address, we go back to Excel. We go back to Excel. We go to data. Go to data. Inside data, we go to get data. From file, from Excel workbook. Some of you, the placement of the button will be slightly different. It doesn't matter, yeah? You could just find it's somewhere inside the data ribbon. From file, from Excel workbook. After you click from Excel workbook, it will ask you, where is your file? In the file name, you paste whatever you have copied just now and press enter. And it will bring you to the folder. It brings you to the folder. If you paste it when you press enter, it gives you error. That means you are still inside a zip file. It gives you some error. So if that's things right, if you see errors, you just go back here. It has a button, triple dot. There's something called extract or somewhere here. You need to extract, then continue the previous step, yeah? Now, presume all of us are ready, are okay. Then we choose summary record version 1. Summary record version 1. Double click to open it. And you will see, it will show the tabs here. Click on the data and you will see alpha region column number 3, Jan, Feb, March. If I'm able to follow up to this one, please type number 3 in the chat. Type number 3 in the chat if I'm able to get it. Yep. Let me do some admin work here. Oh, some of you just joined the group, so you can't see the file. Okay, let me share again. Okay, got it. Very good. Choosing this one. And on the lower right corner, it has a button called Transform Data. Some of you will see different wording. You will see the wording like edit data, transform. It doesn't matter. This is a button in between load and cancel. just click the button in the middle on the lower right corner. There's something called the button in the middle. Click transform, and it will brings you to Power Query Editor. Type number 4 if you are inside Power Query Editor. So let me adjust my screen a little bit. Type number 4 if you are inside Power Query Editor. Yeah, you need to click on the data. If you do not click on the data, it doesn't allow you to click on the transform. Very good. Very good. Got it. Over here, you will see there are some blanks. Inside Excel, the blanks is blank. We can't see anything. Inside Power Query, when you see blanks is represented by now. Blanks is equal to now. Yeah, so this is how we have it. And you can see the column number 3 is a blank column. And our data is consistently blank on that column. So we can remove it. Remove column number 3. Go to column number 3, right click and remove. Right click, remove. Okay, if you're able to remove column number 3, please type number 5. Very good. Very good. The next thing is we want to remove the blank row. So there are 2 ways to remove blank rows. The first option, we go to remove rows. There's something called remove blank rows. So that means the row horizontal, they are completely blank. They're completely blank. So we can use remove blank rows. In some situation, our row, the horizontal one, is partially blank. So that means it has a certain things like subtotal in between. For our data analysis, we don't need to have the subtotal. So therefore, it's not completely blank. If that's the case, we can use filter. Look at the data we have here. Okay. And you will notice there's something called now. I could filter based on the column, depends on which column. If I filter based on the column name for the now, I will get rid of all this. So that means its partial data is gone. So I cannot use filter by the name, cannot. How about filter by the region? Yep, something called now. Whenever it's now, that means the entire column I want to remove. So that means I could filter by the region. How about the month? Month is not a good idea to filter because the months here, it might change in the future. Currently, our data start from Jan, Feb, March. In the future, it might change to some other name. Another typical example is certain data, it doesn't show the month, it shows the year. Example 2026. In the future, it will not be here. It maybe become 2027. If I filter by that particular column, I will get error whenever I change to a different year. So therefore, to be on the safer side here, we filter by the region where it is equals to now. So we go to the region here. We go to region, filter, and there's a now, untick the now, click OK, and all the nows disappear. That means all the blanks disappear. If you're able to get this one, please type number 6. Very good. The last 2 steps, we are going to have it here, is look at the alpha. There is a lot of now here. The now here, do they need to base on the data of alpha or do they need to get the data as per Bravo? The now, is it belongs to alpha or bravo? Let me know in the chat. In the Excel, it's a merge cell, yeah? Inside here, you automatically unmerge. So it becomes now. So the now is should be alpha or bravo? Very good, thank you. It's alpha, yes, it's alpha. So we want to get the now based on data from above, So this is called fill down, fill down. All the data, or a lot of transformation. So these are quick tips. Okay, this is quick tips. Almost all transformation in Power Query, we could just right click on the headers. Yeah, a lot of things we want to do transformation, we could just right click on the header. So now everyone go to your name column, go to name column, right click. There is something called fill down. Fill down. And ta-da! So if you are able to get the fill down done, please type number 7. Very good, very good. Fill down. Last step. We want to bring the data down. Currently, it has all the months here, all the months. I want to have one column specific for the month, another column for the respective values. So that means only 2 columns stays consistently vertical. So that means it's a name and region. Later on, we are going to select these 2 columns and tell Power Query we want to unpivot other columns. Okay, now we are going to do this, yeah? Click once on the name and hold down Control key, click on region. So it has 2 columns selected. After that, right-click one of the headers. Third from the bottoms, it says unpivot other columns. Unpivot other columns. Click and everything goes vertically. So this is how we are able to make sure whenever there's more columns added towards right side, is able to bring the data down. So if you're able to get unpivot other columns, please type number 8. Yeah, repeat the last step. Yeah, can. The last step I repeat. Click on the name, hold down Control key. The Control key means on your keyboard, there is something like, look like this one, Control. Hold down Control key and you click on this. Click on this. So you have 2 columns selected. Right click on the top and pivot other columns. Third from the bottom and pivot other columns. So you're going to see everything goes vertically. Jan, Feb, March, everything goes vertically. If you're able to get this one, please type number 8. Type number 8. Good. Okay. Very good. Before we bring the data back to Excel, we want to change the header name. Currently, it says attribute and value. These 2 things are not really meaningful, so we want to change it. Attribute will be much more meaningful. We change it to month. Use your mouse, double click on the attribute. Double click on the attribute, the header, and change it to month. Enter. Change it to month and press enter. Value, leave it as it is. We do not need to change. If you need to change, just double click on the header. If you have changed the name, the month, please type number 9. Type number 9. Very good. So we are almost done. We want to bring the final result back to Excel. To bring the final result back to Excel, we go to Home. Go to Home, The far left side is something called close and load. It has two parts. One is on the upper half or lower half. To bring the data back to Excel, we just click on the upper half, close and load, click. And it brings everything back to Excel in a brand new worksheet. If you're able to see this result appears on your screen, type yay in the chat. Also type yay. Yay. You can see everything goes vertically. If boss asks me what is the total of not, I could just filter, hey boss, this is not data. I could use formula, I could use pivot table, or I could just filter in this way. Yeah, so it's much more easier to analyze. So what we have done is only setting up the whole thing. The fun part is going to begin. We are going to change the data source from version 1 to version 2. Version 1 only has 3 months of data, Jan, Feb, March. Version 2, Jan, Feb, March, April, May, June. It has 3 more columns. We want to see how easy we are going to change data. This time there's something called R.S.M, reusability, scalability, and maintainability. We're going to explain it together. So now I just walk you through a quick way to go back to Power Query. On your right side, you will see something called queries and connection. Close that one. Close that one. Yeah, just close this one. Just close this one. To bring the queries and connection coming back to Excel, you go to data. You go to data. Inside data, there is a button called queries and connection. Click on this one and it appears. If you click again, it disappears. So just in case you want to have a way to go back to Power Query, just click on this one and it will show you what are the queries you have in your current file. To go back to Power Query, just double click. Double click, yeah. Now we go back to Power Query together. Double click on data. If you're back to Power Query, please type number 1. Type number 1 once you are back to Power Query. Very good. So we are going to change the source. Just now it was version 1. We're going to change to version 2. To change the source is on the right side. You will see the very first one, it says source. Double click on the name source. Double click. And it will prompt me where is the location. We browse. And we choose version 2. We choose version 2. Double click on version 2. There's no changes. Then we click OK. If you are able to change the source to version 2, please type number 2. Yeah, just looks like no changes later on, step by step. Some of you, why I see no changes here? Okay, wait. You change the source. After changing the source, okay, so this is a way of working. This is a way of working. Yeah. Okay, a good practice. Okay, a good practice is, okay, after changing the source, is to check the step from top to bottom. Okay, it's a good practice. If you are confident about how your data is going to work, just go to the last step. Actually, you don't need to click any last step. Close and load, it brings the whole thing back. And see, many of us are using this one for the very first few rounds. It's a good practice to check the step by step. So now I'm on the source. Click on the next one, navigate. And you will notice it has more columns. Jan, Feb, March, May, June. Then go to promoter headers, change type, remove columns, filter rows, fill down. You can see that this one, fill downs done, filter rows just now, unpivot other columns. And last one, rename columns. Everything works. Now we are done. To bring the result back to Excel, we go to Home, Close and Load. Now close and load. Wait for a while for it to refresh. And you will see it has more data now. Has a Jan, Feb, March, April, May, and June. If I'm able to see this one, please type number 3 in your chat. Very good, very good. Now we are going to practice again, changing from version 2 to version 3. Before that, make a guess. Will we see a newer data from version 3, which comprises of the third quarter, January until September? Will we see the data until September? Yes or no? Make a wild guess first before we change. Will we see the new data after changing to version 3? Yes or no? Type in the chat. Yes, very confident. Very good, very good. Now we go back to the data again. On the right side, double click. Go back to Power Query Editor. Go to the source. Double click on the source and choose Browse. Browse to version 3 and click OK. If you want to practice, you can click step by step from top to bottom, and until you go towards the end, you are able to see it has the data up to September. Yeah, up to September. The sequence is not it's up to September. And if you are able to see this result after changing to version 3, please type number 4 in the chat. Or one of you says the steps are not the same. I have no idea what happened. It should be the same because you have missed certain steps. I have not included the fill down. You have not included the unpivot other columns. Okay. So if you're able to see this one, let me explain what has happened just now. What has happened just now? As you can see, we are only setting up the steps once, and we're able to reuse it again. So that's the meaning of reusability. Set it one time and you can reuse again. And when the data got expanded, we're able to get more data as well. That is called scalability. To do a change of the data source is very simple. Just by double click and browse the whole thing. That means maintainability. So that's R.S.M. Reusability with all the steps set up. Scalability with the techniques we have used, unpivot other columns and so on. And changing the source allows the whole thing works. So that's called maintainability. If you have this in mind, whatever work you are doing in your reporting, you keep this in your mind, your work is going to be easier and easier. So it is almost guaranteed. So that's the power of R.S.M. Just keep this in your mind. Okay. So far, any question? Okay. Once we have done, I just close and load, bring the data back to Excel. Wait for a while. Yes, I have the data up to September. Yep, so now I want to have any questions that you might have. I see there's one of you may need some assistance. Okay, for Nurul Ain, if you're okay, would you be okay to share your screen so that I'm able to assist you? If you're okay. Let's see. Yeah, if you want to, yeah, you could share your screen. And if you want to make the thing faster, you could just unmute yourself and start using your voice. No, it's okay. Because whatever you are asking, it could be someone else's question. They are reluctant to ask. It's okay. It's called group study. We study together. We study together. And for those of you, you are quite comfortable, test it out, changing from version 3 to version 4 and observe does the data change. Are you okay? I go to middle bottom of your Zoom. There's something called share with the up arrow key. Click share and share your screen. I see the screen is loading. Very good. And okay, good. So I'm using this one as an explanation. So all of us learn together, yeah. Should I address you Nuru or should I address you as Ain? Or some other name? Sometimes people, they have a very interesting name. For this question, there's now only months. Later the years change. Okay, depends on how the data looks like. How the data looks like, yeah. Okay, for Ain, you go to the last step. Click on the last step on the right side. Maximize your Excel screen. Yeah, your Zoom window may be blocking your view. You want to temporarily minimize them. I will just use my voice to guide you through. On the right side, you will see there's something like steps over here. Let me draw it. Yeah, here, go to last step. You have so many files. Click on the last step, filtered row. Last one. Yeah, click. Yeah, you have removed the column. You have removed the blank rows. The things is, okay, we are using this one as a recap. You look at the Ein screen, there's a lot of nouns here. What should Eins do? Please type in the chat. It's also a refresher for you all. What should Eins do? Something to do with feel. Feel what? Feel down. Very good. Thank you, Zakira. Now you go to the top, right click, not click the filter, right click on the header. Right click. Don't need to click the button. Right click on the name. Right click on the name, the label above alpha. Above alpha. Yes. Let's go to the towards bottom is something called feel. Yes, feel down. Feel down. Good. So now you can see the blanks is because of merging. Whenever we bring the merge cell towards Power Query, everything will automatically unmerge. As it has a blank, we want to get the data from above. So it based on alpha and copy the values downwards towards the now, such that's called fill down. And for the data, we want to keep the name and the region as vertical. Since you have selected the name, hold down your control key. It's on the left right corner of your keyboard. Hold down control key and use your mouse to click on the region, the header. Click on the region. Hold down control and click. Now you will notice two columns are selected. Right click on the header again. And there's something called unpivot other columns. Third from the bottom. Yes. And you will notice a number of months on the side, it brings them down and make it vertical. So this is how we can make the summary table into vertical form by using unpivot. The attribute, the header, the third column header is not descriptive enough. Double click on the word attribute on the top, the label. Yep, double click and change it to month. Because these are the months. After that, press enter. Very good. So we just keep it simple. We are almost done. To bring the result back to Excel, we go to top left corner, close and load. Close and load. And wait for a while for it to appear in Excel. Yes, yes. Everyone's give Ayn a hand. Yes, give her some encouragement. Yes, I give clap, clap, clap. Yay. Okay. Thank you, Ayn, for your questions. This definitely helps people to see things differently. Yeah, good. Yes, back to me. So now you can see sometimes we miss certain part. It's good for us to ask questions. When you ask questions, you are helping people to remember even better. Okay, good. So the next thing I want to invite you to practice this on your own. I will give you about a few minutes, and then after a few minutes, I will explain how to do it. In your folder, in the file you have downloaded, yes, couple of folders there. A couple of folders there. Yes, finance, HR, operation, and sales. Okay, I'm just curious, which department you are from? Type in the chat, which department you are from. May not be from here, maybe it's from somewhere else, some may be from manufacturing, warehouse, it could be different. You have sales, HR, operation, operations. Which department you are from? Type in the chat. HR, okay. Finance. Wow, we have one from finance. Very good. Finance one is a little bit interesting. Okay. Hey, the rest, are you in the room? Hey, need to be participative. Listening alone, it doesn't help you to practice. Okay, we have almost all of you, a bit of everything. You must be very talented, a bit of everything, and customer service. Good. So I can see a lot of similar wording called operation. Only one is sales. So we go to operation. We go to operation. Go to operation. Inside operation, it has 4 files as well. It has 4 files. Let me open the file. You don't need to open. You don't need to open. You just look at the screen. I'm opening operation version 1. You tell me, in terms of R.O.C.K, what does that, anything we need to fix on this data? Anything we need to fix? Type in the chat. So now it's practicing your observation. What are the things we need to fix here? Yes, remove blank columns. Okay, what else? So this one I need to remove. Anything else? Unpivot columns. Yes, we want to unpivot other column based on these two. Based on these two, I need to use unpivot other. Unpivot other. Okay. What else? Fill down. Very good. Very good. So these are the things I need to fill down. Fill down. Yeah, fill down. Fill down. Very good. So this is the version 1. Let me open version 2 using, see whether can we have a similar technique. So let me open version 2, operation summary. Do we see something similar? Yes, we see. There's a blank column, third blank column. We see there's a fill down, and we need to unpivot other column based on these two. Yes, very good. So this is version 2. Let's do one more. Let's do one more check. Let's do one more check on version 3. Version 3. Okay, version 3. Very good. Similar thing. It only has more data, and you will see there are some blanks in between them. Okay, it doesn't matter. So we need to remove the third blank column, and we need to fill down, and unpivot other column based on these two. Good. It is not really blank row. It's partially. Example here is partially. It's not blank. It's not blank row. Yeah, very good observation. This is not blank row, it's partially. Because it's blank cell, when we unpivot, the blank cell will be ignored. Okay, so this is the thing we have. And now I just want you to get yourself a guesstimate. How long will you need to clean up the data for operation summary version 1? How many minutes do you need? Type in the chat. How many minutes do you need? No right, no wrong. We just have some fun. Okay, how long do you need? Give some reasonable one. Don't give too long. Reasonable. Okay, 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes. Okay. Any other suggestions? I don't copy each other. You can use some weird number one. Okay. Good. Many of you says 5 minutes. So I'll put the timer on the screen for the 5 minutes. So you are going to do this one. I'm going to go on silent mode for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, I will explain how to do this. Okay. Whenever after I explain, I will take on Q&A. So there's a very good chance for you to practice. Okay, we have 5 minutes and the time starts from now. Two more minutes. 1 more minute. Thirty seconds. 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And time. Okay, time's up, time's up, time's up. How many of you managed to get it done? Please type done in the chat. If you're halfway through, type decimal number, how far you are. Just want to know. If you're done, please type done. If you're halfway through, type the decimal number from 0 to 1. Okay, good. I have seen a couple of you has done. How many rows after cleanup? Need to see how many cells, how many cells with the number. And for those of you, you can type in the answer for Ain. She's asking how many rows after cleanup. How many rows? You can type the answer. Okay, now I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to demonstrate how to do this. Okay, here. First, I go to the top, go to address bar, right click, copy address, and go back to my Excel file. I'm just reusing my existing Excel file. Get data from file from Excel workbook. And you ask me where is a location. I just paste the location, open, operation summary version 1, double click. Then you ask me which tab. It only has one tab called data. And on the lower right corner, click the button in the middle. Currently, it's called transform data. Click on this one. Then it brings me to Power Query Editor. And you will notice the name called data 2. So I want to change the name. This one I did not explain just now. You could change the name. I just type operation. Here, the column number 3 is blank. I'll just remove it. Right click, remove. And I want to have the region to fill down. There's no blank rows here, so it doesn't need to remove. Right click on the region, fill down. Keeping first 2 columns vertical. After selecting region, hold down Control key and click on the task. Right click on the header and choose unpivot other columns. Everything goes vertically. For the attribute, double click and change it to month. Values for the number, I leave it as value. If you want to change to different name, perfectly okay. Then I go to home, upper left corner, close and load. It brings the whole thing back to Excel. It has 36 rows. Yeah, it's 36 rows. Now it's only up to 37. Good. So if I want to change the source, double click on the operation, go back to the source, double click, browse, changing from version 1 to version 2, double click on version 2, click OK. It's a good practice to check step by step from top to bottom after changing source. Just click, make sure everything works. Okay. Yes, up to month of June. Close and load. Let me refresh for a while. Yes, we have the data up to the June. Same things apply for version 3 and version 4. So now I want to open for any question. So far, any question for this practice? Any question up to just now? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. No, thank you. Thank you for responding. No question, no question. Very good. So this is the operation. So go back to the folder. Go back to the folder. I see a couple of you are from HR. We go to the HR. We go to the folder HR. Inside HR, it has 4 files, version 1, version 2, and version 3. Let me open the file. You do not need to open. If you do open, remember to close before continue. So let me open payroll summary. Look at the data. What kind of fix I need to do here? Type in the chat. What kind of fix I need to do it here? Fill down first or remove first? Remove first, yes. There are blank columns. Remove first. There are blank rows. Remove all this blank. Okay, and then what's next? Yes, then fill down. The reason I'm asking that question, remove first or fill down first, as it will make the whole thing be the difference behavior. If I fill down first, this particular row, this particular cell will have the wording called operation. So that means this particular row, number 9, will no longer be a blank row. So if you're using remove blank row, it will not work here unless you're using filter. So remove first or fill down first, the sequence does impact. Okay, now we know we need to remove the blank and fill down. After that, what's next? We have remove row and pivot other columns. Very good. Which columns we want to use as a reference? Which column? Just now on this one, we're only using 2 columns. Are we using 2 columns now for remove other columns? Which columns are we using now? 3 columns. Yes, they are department, ID, and staff. So these are the 3. We want to make it constantly vertical and move the rest to vertical. So that means the month, the Jan, Feb, March, and also the values. Okay, good. Here, so this version 1. So let me close it. I open version 2. See any similarity between them? Version 2, do you see any similarity between version 1 and version 2? Yes, you do. Blank row, same thing. Want to fill down, very good. And unpivot other column based on these 3. Yep, so this means we are able to reuse the same thing over and over again. And now it's your time for you to practice. So the same thing, I want to invite you to guess or estimate how long do you need now? How many minutes? Type in the chat. How many minutes will you need to handle this one? Yeah, type in the chat. How many minutes will you need? So we have gone through 1 round, ma. 5 minutes. Okay. Can. Okay, so I'm going to set the timer on your screen. I will go silent behind the scenes. After 5 minutes done, I will demonstrate how to do all these things. Okay, so whenever you have done, please type done in the chat. Okay, so you have 5 minutes and the time starts from now. 2 more minutes. One more minute. Thirty seconds. 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And time! Yes! Time's up, time's up. How many of you managed to get it done? Please type done. I can see a couple of you has typed done. If you are work in progress, it's okay. We're going to do it together. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to demonstrate. Very good. Many. Okay, I give you a thumbs up. Okay, done. Very good. Yes. Okay, so go back here. I'm going to demonstrate how to do this here. Go to the top on the address bar. Right click, copy address, and go to my file, data, get data from file, from Excel workbook, and paste the location. Go to payroll summary version 1. Double click, open the file. Select the tab data. Go to lower right corner, click the button in the middle. And it brings me to Power Query Editor. Before I continue, I just want to change the name so that it doesn't confuse me later. And over here has blank rows. I need to remove the blank rows. I'm using filter. For the department, there's a lot of now. That's because of the merge cells. I right click and fill down. There are 3 columns I have. Just so I show you using the control key. If you want to select the columns continuously, after you choose the first column, you could hold down the shift key and click on the stuff. So whatever in between, it will be selected. Let me do this again. Click on the department, hold down shift key and click on the stuff. So it will select the whole thing. After that, right click on the header and choose unpivot other columns. Change the name from attribute to month, and the rest remains the same. Go to the top left corner, close and load. It brings everything back to Excel. Yes, ta-da! It has 52 rows. The next one, I want to test changing from version 1 to version 2. I go to the source, double click, and browse, change to version 2. Click OK. Since now I'm much more comfortable, I could just go to the last step. Yes, all the data is here. Close and load. It brings the whole thing back to Excel. Yes, this version 2. How about version 3? Double click, just do a test here. Go to the source, double click, browse, and choose version 3. Okay, and click on the last tab. It has the data up to September. close and load. It brings the whole thing back to Excel. Okay, good. So we have all the data here. Yeah, so this is about payroll. So far, any question up to just now? Any question for this part? What's the difference between if we remove blank rows versus filter blank? Okay, the difference is remove blank rows, the entire row must be blank. Let me use this one as an example. Yes, my data has something like this one. This is, I could use remove blank or using filter. In some situation, you may see something like, maybe there's something called subtotal. Sometimes you may encounter the data like this one. Later on, the finance data is something like this one. I was not able to remove blank because I don't need to use the subtotal. Remove blank doesn't work because there's partial data here. Then how? Filter based on the ID. When the ID is blank, this row is disappear. So that is a slightly difference between remove blank rows and filter. Filter, we can choose a specific column or specific condition. Maybe certain wording we want to remove, we can filter. Okay, I hope this one address your question, Zakira. Okay, good. So this is about the file. Now we have done this part. I invite you to go back to the sales folder because one of you is sales. Okay, we go to the sales folder. Go to the sales folder. We save the best to the last of the finance. The finance data is a bit tricky. Later on, we will do this. Okay, change this one to here. Let me open the file. You do not need to open. If you do open, remember to close before continue. So I show sales summary. Look at the data here. What kind of fix I need to do? Sales data. Type in the chat what kind of fixes I need to do. Remember we're using R.O.C.K, the R part of it. Remove column, yes, because blank. Remove blank column. Okay, what else? What else? Fill down, very good, very good. Fill down, fill down, fill down. Okay, what else? What else? Unpivot. Which column? Which column I need to use? Two columns, very good. I need to use region and product and unpivot other columns. So this is version 1. Let me close and open version 2 and check, is it a same pattern? I go to version 2, double check. Yes, similar. Third column is blank, and I need to fill down, fill down, fill down, and unpivot other column based on these two. Good. So these are the things I want to invite you to practice on your own for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, I will walk you through how to do this. And if you have any question, feel free to ask question in the chat. So for this one, you have 5 minutes and the time starts from now. 2 more minutes. One minute. Thirty seconds. 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And time. Yes, welcome back, everyone. Yes, okay. I see many of you managed to get it done. Very good. I'm happy to see your progress. Let me demonstrate how to do this, yeah? In the folder, I go to the top address bar, right click and copy address. Copy address, go back to my Excel file, data, get data from file from Excel workbook. Paste the location I have copied, open and choose sales summary version 1 and choose the tab data, transform data. And it brings me back to Power Query. Before I continue, I want to change the name to sales so that I do not confuse myself. Column number 3 is blank. Right click, remove, and region, right click, fill down. While the region is selected, hold down Control key and click on the product. Right click on the header and choose unpivot other columns. Attribute, double click, change it to month, enter. Then go to top left corner, close and load. It brings the whole thing back to Excel. Yes, this is version 1. Let me change the source to version 2. Go to the sales, double click. And it brings me back to Power Query Editor. Double click on the source and choose browse. Browse to version 2. Click OK and click on the last tab. Now it has the month up to June. Very good. Close and load. Wait for a while for it to refresh. Yes, it has the data up to June. If I change it to version 3, let's do a quick check. Source, double click, browse, and change to version 3. Click OK and click on the last tab. Yes, it's up to the month of September. Go to the upper left corner, close and load. And it brings everything back to Excel. Load, refreshing. Yes, it has month up to September. So this is how we're able to handle the sales data. So the last one, finale here. Okay, we go to finance. Finance data is a little bit tricky. Let me walk you through here. There are 4 files here. I go to the version number 1, double click. Look at the data here. What kind of fix I need to do? Yeah, type in the chat. What kind of fix I need to do? remove blank column. Okay, this remove blank column. When you say remove blank row, it's only row number 10, yeah? Remove blank row, that's remove blank row. What else? Because row number 9 is not entirely blank. Row number 9 is not entirely blank, so cannot use remove blank row. Fill down, okay. Fill down, okay. Anything else? Remember R.O.C.K, the R, rectangle. We want to make sure there's no blank rows, no blank columns, no merging, and it needs to go vertical table. What else? Unpivot other columns. Which 3 columns I need to unpivot? Which 3 columns? Okay. Department, cost center, and description. Before unpivot other columns, what should I do before unpivot other columns? There's one more step I need to do. Look at the subtotal. What should I do? Do we need to use subtotal, yes or no? Answer me this simple question. Do we need to use subtotal, yes or no? No, because we already have the data. If we include the subtotal, it will double count. So it will not be accurate. Yes, you're right. We need to filter the column C. Yeah, need to filter the column C where you need to find the blank based on column C. Find those blank. In short, if you do not want to remove blank row, we could just filter. Filter, it will include this one. Okay, so this is a bit tricky for finance summary. So this is version 1. That should be able to handle. Let me close this file and open version 2. Let's double check. Is the data still similar? Observe the data. Is it still similar like just now? Yes or no? It's similar. As blank column. Then we need to filter based on this. The now, filter. After that, we fill down. And we need to unpivot other column by department, cost center, and description. Yes, it's still the same. So now is your task to complete the finance summary, and you have 5 minutes to complete this. Once you have done, type done in the chat. And the 5 minutes starts from now. 2 minutes. One minute. Thirty seconds. 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Yay! I see more of you could here type done. Well done, well done, well done. Let me walk you through how to handle this one. Go to the address bar, right click, copy address, and go back to my Excel file, data, get data from file, from Excel workbook, and paste the location and go to finance summary version 1, double click, then select the tab data, go to lower right corner, click the button in the middle, transform data. It brings me back to Power Query Editor. Column number 2 is not needed. Right click, remove. Cost center, it doesn't require whenever it's now. Just remove and filter now. Department has a lot of now underneath. So right click on the department header, fill down. While I'm still selecting the department, hold down Shift key and click on description. So 3 columns are selected. After that, right click and pivot other columns. Yes, almost done. Description, the title, attribute, change it to month. And the name here, change from data to finance. Then to bring everything back to Excel, go to home, close and load. Click close and load, it brings the whole thing back to Excel. Let's wait for a while and ta-da! So this is version number 1 from January up to March. To change the source, double click on the finance. Yeah, it brings me back to Power Query Editor. Double click on the source. Browse, change to version 2. Click OK. And click on the last tab just to do a quick check. It's up to June. Very good. Close and load. It brings everything back to Excel. And it doesn't include the subtotal. That is correct. Let's test it one more round for version 3. Go to the source, double click on the source, and click on the browse. And choose version number 3. Click OK. Click on the last tab just to double check. It's up to the month of September. Go to upper left corner, close and load. Bring it back to Excel. And let it refresh for a while. Yes, it gen up to September. Yes, very good. So this is what we have learned. And you can observe something we are not using the power query blindly. We have the intention. Then what are the guiding things to frame what is the intended outcome? We are using R.O.C.K. Today we are going to cover, we just went through the rectangle only. So in the future sessions, we will go through different parts of the framework and then different kind of scenarios. So as you could see, as we progress towards the future, the complexity will be definitely higher and higher. So therefore, if you invite your colleagues to join for this kind of group study or study group, ask them to go through the previous recording so that they're able to pick up their pace. Because in the future, the person need to have some foundation before we go through. Yeah, yes, we will share the recording in the group, definitely. And yep, towards the end, I want you to type in the group chat, what is the one thing you like the most about this session? What's the one thing you like the most? Please type in the chat. Type in the chat what's one thing you like the most. Go mention rock your data. Feel down. Thank you, Cassandra. When do we use pivot? Pivot is when we want to summarize. After just now, the end result, we are able to straight away use pivot table. Yeah, power query step is to make sure the data is structured so that we are able to use pivot table to analyze it. Yeah, Rovina say what he likes the most is get the source and don't need to redo the step. Yes, very good. Shantini says hands-on. Nuru Ain managed to get an outcome, totally newcomer. Very good. Unpivot and pivot within Power Query. When we want to use pivot, usually we don't use pivot in Power Query because it's rather fixed. Unless your result is fixed, usually we don't use pivot. We use unpivot when the data is go horizontal, like just now what we observe, right? Whenever there's new data come in, just ask yourself, will the data goes below or go sideways? If the data goes sideways, then we need to use unpivot. And which column to choose when we want to unpivot others? The columns that has one thing to tell. Okay, very good question. Let me explain this part here. Let me go back to my file. How do you know which column to unpivot? Let me choose this one. Over here, look at the header. Look at the header, yeah. When the header has partial of the data, so these are the things we need to unpivot. When the header has data, we need to unpivot. The other headers that we don't need to unpivot, so we are using this as a reference for unpivot other columns. Okay, so this how to tell, a quick way to tell. The header has data, we want to unpivot. The header without data, those are the column we want to use as a base for unpivot other columns. Hope this addressed your question. Good one, good one. When has values? Usually they have values on the side, usually. Okay, good. Please type in the chat what else you like the most. Type in the chat what is one thing you like the most in this session. We have 25 people in the room, then we minus 2, that'll be 23. Yes, multi-source. load, reload. Don't need to redo all the steps. Very good. So that's the purpose of reusability, scalability, and maintainability. Only need to do once, and we are able to reuse it again and again because of the steps. And we are able to make sure the scale whenever it has more data, then minimum adjustment on the source to make the whole thing works again. So that's maintainability. Good, good, good. Hey, yeah, almost the end. Any final questions? Any final question? Can apply different year and month? The answer is yes. Just now, the step I have gone through is a little bit simplified. In the second sessions, that means in next month, I'm going to introduce more thinking process behind why we are doing what we are doing. When you know why, you will know what kind of things you need to do before avoid the step, avoid the potential hiccups in the future. Next session, going to cover more. Next month, we are going to have 2 sessions planned for this one. Yeah, Nurul Ain asks, but need to have a consistently maintained data entry to get all the steps right. The answer is yes and no. Not necessary to be maintain a consistent data entry. If manually entered data, if they have a similar data structure, very good. If not, find certain pattern. Usually the step what we have gone through is applies for the data we export from system. Usually when we export the data from system as an Excel file or CSV file, the column is sideways. Usually that is the cause. And the data is quite consistently inconsistent. So that means whenever there's a column blank, they always blank out that place. If the blank columns is not always on the third column, it could be on the fifth column, sometimes on the first column, we need to have a different way of working. So that's more complex stuff for the future sessions. Okay, okay. Any final questions? Please type in the chat. I like this kind of questions. Yeah, to answer the question for Choo Siu Yok, can we apply for different years and months? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. If you have that kind of structure, you send the question in the AMA. Next month, 15 May, there's a one session called AMA. Ask me anything. Yep. Okay, good. Don't need to apologize. Do whatever something suitable for you. Okay, any final question? Going to count down. Ting, 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 ting. Hey, are you attending my session? Oh, no, I think it's future session. If there's no question, I want to invite you to turn on your camera for a quick group photo. Yeah, quick group photo. Turn on your camera. Let's see. Okay. I have 2 screens. Turn on your camera. Okay, let's wait for a while. Okay, good. For those of you who have turned on your camera, look at your camera lens. Look at camera lens. Nurul Ain, I can see your face now. Hi. Okay. Look at your camera lens and smile. Okay. Okay, the first photo on my page, I have 2. I have 2 screens here. Let me. Hey, there's one more photo. Okay, Cassandra, I can see your face now. Okay, let's wait. One more photo. Smile. Okay, so this is the first screen. Second screen. Okay, good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I've taken the photo later. I will share in the group. Same goes with the recording. With that, I congratulate you all for your commitment to learn and improve your data skill. Yeah, with that, enjoy your weekend, whichever weekend you have left for this today. And thank you very much. And I see you in the next session. And bye bye.